Okay, here's my second one. Sorry about the hair. Just got out of the shower. Need a haircut. Hey, I'm vain. I'm an actor. It comes with the territory. Sorry about it. Looking kind of fuzzy. The third thing that has really got me angry is there is a conference on homosexuality in Rwanda. Just finished up. Oh, thank God. It couldn't have gone on much longer and been more horrible. Rwanda has now passed laws that makes homosexuality imprisonable by a life sentence. That's not exactly how I want to phrase it, but if you're gay and they find out, they'll send you to prison for life. In this conference, there were several individuals who spoke up. People from Exodus International, which is a conversion therapy group. Now, those of you who believe in the ex-gay movement, there's nothing I can say that can change your mind. There's nothing you can say that will change my mind. What I would like to hear from you is some actual proof, not anecdotal. Not just say, well, I haven't done this, because none of you can say that you're actually heterosexual. All you can say is that you no longer act on your homosexual impulses. Okay? That's the very best you can do. Now, one of the things they're doing in Rwanda, besides life imprisonment, is there is a movement by Exodus International for forced conversion therapy. In other words, people will be charged, sentenced, then forced into conversion. Maybe if they successfully convert, they'll be allowed out of prison. Want to see how successful that rate becomes? Bet it'll be 100%, and that people will say, oh no, I no longer have these feelings. No, no, no. Let me out. One of the more horrendous things is being proposed by this individual named Scott Lively. Mr. Lively is what is called a Holocaust revisionist. In other words, he looks at the Holocaust and he says, well, this isn't what happened, this is what happened. One of his major revisions is put forth in a book called The Pink Swastika. His thing is that the Holocaust was caused by macho homosexuals, that macho homosexuals ruled the Nazi Party, that they were in charge, that it was a secret cabal, a group of almost Illuminati, look that up if you need to, that used their power and influence to wipe out the Jews because of biblical injunctions against gay sex. Would it make more sense, wouldn't it, to have gone after the priests and the Catholics? I mean, if you're going to wipe somebody out, wipe out the bigger threat. I mean, Jews at that time weren't actually a major threat, but that's what Mr. Lively says. Now, several scholars have disputed it, including people who are not gay. So you can actually read about that, read their takes, and show his inaccuracies, his purposeful misreadings of history. The thing that really worries me and scares me about this is Mr. Lively is also saying that macho homosexuals were responsible for the Rwandan genocide of the 90s. Now, for those of you who are too young, the Rwandan genocide took place when the dominant Hutu tribe, well, no, they were not the dominant. The Tutsi were the dominant. They had more power, and they were a smaller population. So the Hutu ran into the streets, slaughtering their neighbors, friends, people who they had grown up with. They took machetes to them. They burned them alive. They forced families to rape each other, fathers to rape their daughters, sons to rape their mothers. It was horrendous. Children, babes in arms, were gutted. And Mr. Lively says that it was the machinations of macho homosexuals. I remember reading about the Rwandan Holocaust, the genocide. There were preachers such as Mr. Lively with the same religious beliefs that Mr. Lively has. There were Catholic priests calling on their fellows to kill other Rwandans. But people like me are responsible for that? Well, according to African beliefs, in places like Zimbabwe, there are no natural African homosexuals, that they were all seduced into it by Europeans. Whites brought this in, and whites convinced these young men and young women that they were homosexual. I want each of you who is heterosexual to look in your heart and think, is there a time when someone really could have made you look at a person of the same sex and said, I prefer that. That's going to be what I'm going for. And then you see a person of the opposite sex and say, oh, who wants that? Now, most people are actually functional bisexuals, but to suggest for even a minute that this was not something other than an ethnic cleansing, that it was caused by some cabal, is scary. And now that Rwanda is taking steps to cleanse Rwanda of homosexuality, including encouraging people to take to the streets to root out gays, there will be another genocide. And the blood will be on the hands of Mr. Lively. Of course, it'll be done in the name of Jesus. I don't mean to offend any of you who are Christians. I know that most Christians are good, honest, hardworking, sincere people, and even those of you who may feel that I am a sinner would not sanction what is going on in Rwanda. It's horrendous. This is the stupidity that has got me so angry right now. Take care, everyone.